Now, some interesting thing can happen. The person may say, oh, Quran says to kill non-Muslims. Yes and no. No. And then you try to explain no, yes and no. So you can basically return that punch by saying, look, every question cannot be answered by a yes and no. So now we have expert. Let's see what happens. Okay, every question cannot be answered by a yes and no. What's your name? Yes and no. Right? So you kind of prove your point that every question cannot be answered with a yes and no. Or if somebody say, oh, have you stopped beating your wife? Yes and no. Right? You cannot. Okay. So if you just click on mirror displays for you. So another angle to that is somebody can say something ridiculous like, does Islam tell you to kill babies? So obviously you want to destroy that, as that has nothing to do with Islam, right? Of course not. And then, but thank you for asking about Islam. Let me tell you what Islam actually is about. So that's that. So is that clear? Now, secondly, that's the passive initiation. Somebody asked you something and you built upon that. Another way is you actively engaging and you actively initiating a conversation. And that is, if somebody talks about something and you relate it to the purpose of life, you saying God willing, you saying inshallah, you're taking time off for Eid, and then you can tell that, hey, I would probably like to sit down with you sometime, and let's have coffee together, and let me tell you about Islam. Or we are having this event at the mosque, would you like to come by? Right? So you're trying something to engage with people. Now, one thing to remember here, and that every salesperson should know, even if you're not a salesperson, you know this, because when you're having dinner, you get calls from telemarketer, right? And what do? You say no, you might be nice, you might hang up, or you might buy, right? So that person has to make 10, 20, 100 calls for him to get one yes. So don't be afraid of getting the no's. Rejection is something that you are rewarded for. So think about it, like every time you get rejected, as if somebody's paying you $10 or $100. So don't hesitate to have this active conversation with someone. Now here's a few tips, right? So whenever you're interacting with someone in the society, on a social level, either you are above them because they have a need that you can fulfill, right? Such as a telemarketer calling you, right? You taking an Uber ride, anytime you are a customer, in general, you have a little bit, above social level. You have an advantage. You have an edge. As they say, customer is always right. So practice in those situations. Practice in those situations. And then you take it to a next level. So most of it has to be here. So now we're in sync. Nice. Yeah. So you have to be at a level. The next thing you can do is basically speak to someone who is at your level, your colleague, your friend, right? So first you started with someone that you have advantage over. The next thing you take it to is someone at your level. Okay, and then you can take it to the next level and you go with someone who has advantage over you, right? A societal advantage over you. And that can happen once you realize that even though that person may have a higher status in the society, at the end of the day, you have a higher status in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has blessed you with faith, right? You need to have that sort of confidence.